Everything Sweet by Charles Miles.
How you doing? This is Charles. Back in the kitchen. Everything sweet. Today we're making a rum glaze pound cake. Gonna have pecans on the bottom of it. And then when we're coming out the oven, we're gonna punch little holes in it. And then we're gonna pour rum glaze all over it. Lord, if you like rum, you're in the right place. This is what you're gonna need to get that masterpiece up and running. We got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of granulated sugar. We got a 1/4 cup of that rum. Now we using this good stuff. We ain't messing around now, okay? We're using that. We got a 3/4 cup of buttermilk. We got a 1/2 cup of chopped pecan. That's gonna go in your pan. We're gonna show you what to do with that. We got 1 cup of butter, and we got 6 eggs. Ain't nothing else to do now, but let's get busy. We're gonna take our sugar and our butter, put it in our bowl. We're gonna let that mix in well from 5 to 8 minutes, okay? We want that yellow, pale looking. That's what we're trying to get to, okay? We're gonna go ahead and dump that in the bowl, put our butter in there, we're gonna get started. Okay, we got our sugar in, we're putting our 1 cup of butter in. Now notice, all these ingredients need to be room temperature, okay? Don't ever forget that. You're building a house, the most important thing on that house is your foundation. This is your foundation to your cakes or whatever you make it. It's your creaming of your butter and your sugar. You don't want no problems, make sure you get this done. We're gonna let this cream about 5 minutes. We'll come back straight down. We'll let it mix another 3 minutes. We'll be 8 minutes of mixing time. So we'll see you right back here when we get through creaming. Okay, we're 5 minutes in. We're gonna scrape down here. There's this butter and stuff around that batter there. We're gonna get that in the bowl, okay? 5 minutes in. Then we wanna get the bottom down here. Make sure all that gets mixed up in our main batch, okay? Alright, we're going to turn it back on for another 3 minutes. We'll come back, we're going to start adding the eggs one at a time. And we'll bring you back when we start adding our first egg. Okay? That's the pale yellow we're looking for. We're going to commence now adding our eggs one at a time. You're going to see me put the first one in there. And you will see me put the last one in there. If I can get them to cooperate. Okay, we're going to let it mix on slow gear. And tie that egg totally disappear. Then we'll add our next eggs. And then when we get to 5 in there, we're going to bring back. Alright, we got 4 eggs in. We're going to scrape down before we add our last 2. Take 6 eggs, we got 4 in. We're going to scrape it down. Then we'll put our last 2 eggs in. Still adding one at a time. Make sure we get all that butter and sugar off the bottom and off the side. We want all that in the main batch, okay? Okay, we're gonna start it back up. We'll add our other 2 eggs. When we get the last egg in, we'll bring you back. Okay, our pile of eggs in. We're gonna add our 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. Let that mix for about a minute. Okay, we're gonna start adding our flour and our buttermilk. We're gonna add in 3 phases. 1/3 of our flour in, and 1/3 of our buttermilk. Let that mix. We're gonna add another 1/3 of our buttermilk. 1/3 of our flour. Now baking powder and salt is in our flour already, okay? So don't y'all be talking about I ain't see you put that in there. All of it already in the flour, okay? Now we got a 4 cup of rum. We're gonna go ahead and add that in right now. Okay, we're gonna scrape down. And we got one more increment of our flour to go in and our buttermilk. When we get that in, we're gonna mix that about a minute and we'll be ready to pan up. Ah man, that McCarty rum smells good to me. Alright, the last our flour going in now. Last of our buttermilk. Let this mix for a minute and we're going to be ready to pan up. Now don't over mix this thing, okay? Once you get that last flour in, about a minute, you should be ready to pan up. Alright? Alright, we're going to clean up our batter dash. We put that last flour and buttermilk in. Let it mix about a minute. We're going to scrape the bottom of the bowl. And as we scrape in the bottom of the bowl, we're going to be kind of mixing the cake up then. Let me put this in the sink over here. Now the oven set on 325. Should take anywhere from an hour to 10 or 15 minutes to bake. Okay, the half a cup of pecans, they go in now. Put them on the bottom. Half a cup chopped pecans. Okay. Trying to make sure we get it all out there, baby. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, it would be a great time to go ahead and do so. You appreciate it, and we at Everything Sweet would definitely appreciate you. And visit those on our other sites. We're on Instagram, Charles Miles 51. We're on TikTok, Everything Sweet with Charles. We are on Facebook, just Charles Miles. And we on pictures. Everything Sweet. So go to them sites, show us a little love over there. We'll definitely appreciate you. Get some of our pockets out of there. We going in the oven at 325. Gonna set it for about an hour and 5 minutes. Come back and take a look at it. We have to put the other 10 minutes on there. We will. Okay. Make sure you put that thing in the center of your oven. All right. Center of your oven so the heat can do what it gotta do. All right. You sit back and have your cold drink. Gonna set it for an hour and 10 minutes. Now we come back and look at it. We need some more time. We put it on there. So we see you right back here, just like that. In 15 minutes. Look at that, baby. Now we got the cake out at out in 15 minutes. Over here on the stove, we're cooking our glaze. Now this is our glaze that's gonna go on top of our rum pound cake. The base we got in here, we got a half stick of butter. We got 1/4 cup of water. We got 1 cup of granulated sugar. And we got a half a cup of rum. Now we just want this stuff to boil to get rid of the sugar flakes. Once the sugar flakes disappear, we can cut it off and let it cool. Now we're gonna attempt something we hadn't tried before. We're gonna go ahead and pour this rum on the cake while it's still in the pan. I think you lose 50% of your rum when you're trying to pull it out the pan. So we're gonna hope and pray that it come out the pan once we put our rum glaze on it. Okay? So it looks like all the flakes are gone. So we're gonna cut it off now. We're gonna let the cake cool for about 30 minutes. We're gonna punch some holes in it, and then we're gonna start adding our rum to it. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna punch some holes in it. I already started on the hole. Just take you a screw like this. Just punch you some holes in it. Okay. This is our glaze. The cake is still kind of warm. The glaze is kind of warm. Okay. We're gonna pour this on here, and we're gonna pray that it come out the pan. My chef friend told me this is the way he do it. He have no problem with it coming out the pan. So I'm taking him at his word, and I'm gonna do it like he did. He said that way you don't waste none of your glaze. All your glaze wind up in your cake. He said it comes out. So we gonna see. If it don't come out, then me and him gonna have a serious talk. I need to go to his shop and see what he doing and how he doing. See all that glaze around that pan there? You'll lose all that glaze if you have to cook it out the pan. This way, we ain't losing a drop. Alright, we got it all in there. We're gonna let that set for 30 minutes. And let that cake absorb all that glaze. We're gonna come back and flip it. And hopefully we get a good result. So we'll see you back in about 30 minutes. Oh, after 30 minutes we've been setting. Now we got a bun pan, got these sides on it here. So we had to cut 10-inch board with a little hole on it. Put it on that little circle there. And then we're gonna flip it. Look at that, look at that. Well, if y'all can smell what I was smelling. Woo, how much?
What it smell like?
Oh man, smell like heaven. Oh yeah. Got that rum. And as you notice, I'm gonna have to call the chef and say, man, you exactly know what you talking about. We didn't waste none of the glaze. All that glaze we made in that pound cake, okay? Now, y'all have like if you hadn't subscribed to Charles and everything Sweet with Charles, it'll be the perfect time to do so. Take that finger, push that subscribe button. Now don't think you're through, you're not through. You got to hit share and you got to hit like. And you got to tell somebody, okay? You appreciate it when we send you a notice that Charles is in the kitchen. Because when Charles is in the kitchen, that's when you want to be in the kitchen. Okay? Man, that thing looks so good, I'm scared to even cut it.
Man, if you don't cut this cake.
But that's cookie, okay? We gonna take a knife and we gonna figure out where we gonna cut it, cause oh Lord, that looks so pretty. Listen, y'all stay with us. We gonna take a couple pictures and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back for the taste test. And I brought a friend with me, Cookie. She the one furnish all my alcohol and go to the liquor store and find me different products to bake with. And I definitely appreciate her. She over here in the taste test. We finna cut in. We talking about rum. Pound cake, baby. Look how moist that thing is.
Boy, if your mama lied, I slap her.
Man, that thing melts in your mouth, Cookie. Cookie.
Man.
You Cookie, don't try to get it all, man.
That's all. Oh wait, I got thumbs up, huh?
Listen. I don't know what to tell y'all. Listen, you need to try this. If you ain't try nothing else, try this rum. Pound cake, baby. We got that Macari in there with that coconut flavor. Lord, I want you to do something good. You need to try this. Now, it'll be the perfect time for you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. We'll definitely appreciate all the subscribers we got, but we want more. We want more subscribers, baby. We're trying to reach that golden number, which is 1,000 subscribers. We ain't too far away. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll definitely appreciate it. You appreciate it too. But don't think you're through now. You gotta hit like and share too. Okay? Tell somebody. We'll definitely appreciate it. Until next week. Now I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna make next week. We went to a affordable dentist the other day. Nice people around there. So they treated us pretty well and
well?
affordable dentist on Lakeland. Nice people around there, they'll take care of you. And one of the nurses, or doctor, said she wanted a cake. I said, what you want? She said, make me a cheesecake. She said, I was just joking, I know you came here. I said, yeah, I can make a cheesecake. I said, what kind of cheesecake? She said, just make me a cheesecake. So we're going to make a pecan pie cheesecake next week, just for affordable dentists. Okay?
She thinks you can't make a cheesecake?
Yeah, she said
Man, you finna blow her shoes off.
We're going to hook them up. So y'all come back with us next week and watch us make that pecan cheese pie. Okay? All right, till next week. We'll see you then.